Council meetings are long and boring. Wouldn't it be great if they were short and unboring? This is why I have invented the 5, make it 10, 10-minute meeting. Whoop, 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 and whoop, whoop. Alrighty. Ashland City Council meeting of February 3rd. The mayor's announcement started with the March 13th is the deadline for the If I Were Mayor contest for all children ages babies through high school seniors. And Black History Month proclamation, whereas, Black history is American history and inequality still exists. We remain committed to equality and liberty for all. And that's February is Black History Month. And then the consent agenda, nothing was on that. And then a special presentation, the interim OSF director, Javier maybe as something, still something. I don't know the last name, forgot. An informational presentation this guy brought is, and he says challenges. We had turnover in leadership and changing audience behaviors and rising costs, especially in the last 7 years. And until 2019, revenue was up and ticket sales were up. And we had 650 happy workers. And in the last 6 years, the only thing keeping the bottom line looking decent are the one-time contributions. And OSF is down to 495 workers. Not quite as happy. And labor is still 68% of costs. And savings are being done by right-sizing and the right-sizing productions and reducing cast size. However, principle and legacy giving is the biggest key, aka we need more whales. And the bright side, ticket income was $15 million last year, up from only $7 million 3 years ago. And then every counselor said, "Oh, you guys are the best. Let us know what we can do." And Javi said, "You could give us some money." And they went, "Ha, thanks for coming. Next." All right, next. Public forum. Okay, here we go. Hair clip lady said, "My research shows that we can eliminate homelessness entirely." And bald cap lady says, "We are at a crossroads. Reject the narrative of scarcity. So don't believe the budget?" And then 5G guy says, "You cheated on the budget last July, and I asked the police chief, and he won't arrest any of you." And then hair cap lady said, "Every city in the Rogue Valley has an IPM. Ashland doesn't have one. Why are you sucking at this?" And that's a integrated pest management plan, apparently. And a glasses lady said, "I worked for Asante for 22 years. Don't let them kill healthcare in Ashland." And then a local surgeon said, "It's more than just Asante shutting down. The city can do things to promote and support public healthcare in Ashland." And a braided ponytail said, "Ashland needs courage." Burgundy cap said, "Yesterday at the study session, you all talked about, all you talked about was not letting certain citizens run for office. Every discussion should be about the budget." And red hair said, "Why for the first time did the city take out a full-page ad in the sneak preview? Seems like likely to kind of pre-explain why the city manager, Slide-Eye Sabrina Cotta, needs to take control of all parks personnel." Oh, and Trailblazers cap said, "In a future meeting, you should have a healthcare presentation." And then a hoodie lady said, "I went to the hospital today and the parking lots were full, so they shouldn't shut down. They're making plenty of money." And then city attorney, Johan Piatilla, maybe? He says, "Here are a bunch of language updates and additions to a bunch of codes and ordinances." And then assistant attorney, Carmel Zorhan says, he goes, "Well, the first code update just clarifies that the city recorder serves at the pleasure of the city manager and is not answerable to voters as per public vote 3 years ago." And then the burgundy hat lady said, hey, this doesn't have transparency. And the red-haired lady said, "I was on council from 2000 to 2008, and it's important that the recorder answers to the voters." And then this guy goes, "Hey, I move to approve. Voters don't even follow these positions, so hiring this position is fine. It's all." And then it was all approved. And then assistant attorney, city attorney Carmel Zorhan said, "A public art ordinance change here. Public art on private land, the private owner maintains that, and the public art on public land, city maintains that." That was all approved. And then she says, "Code change to disposal of surplus property. No longer need to run every sale by council for things over 10 grand. Now it's only things over 250 grand. And Burgundy Cap lady, she had some ideas on that. It was all approved. And then she says, Carmel Zorhan, the assistant city attorney, says, amending the code to list the chain of command for the emergency manor position. If the city manager is not in town or incapacitated, it's then the fire chief. And then if that guy's not around, it's a police chief. That guy's not around, it's emergency manager coordinator. And if that person's not around, I think it's a monkey in a hard hat. That's a chain of command. I'll approve. And then change to hazardous tree code to add, in addition to hazardous trees, homeowner must remove dead and dangerous trees, but also if the city wildfire guy decides that the tree on your property has too many beetles, you must cut it down. No negotiating. City government says shut down your own tree. You just do it. All approved. And then change an electric code so that meter locations have new, clearer rules and are now in the ESR book, some sort or something like that. And then this one goes, oh, good Lord, more rules. Regular people don't read this ESR book. What are you guys are killing me. And then city attorney Johan Payatilla, maybe, said, man, I'll get that one day. He says, it's just for new building and remodels. This is mostly for builders. And she goes, and then she goes, all right, I'll buy that one. And then this guy goes, hey, so I build ADUs. And so these new rules add costs to construction. And, clearer rules are better, but more rules are worse. So I'm not sure I'm going to vote on this. Not sure, really. Gee, vote no and bite the hand that signs your permits? Or slap that hand on the back and say, just kidding. I love you, hand that feeds me. I love you. I wonder which way. They all voted. Approved. All approved. And then this was city attorney Zorhan, Carmel Zorhan. She goes again. She goes, oh no, wait, she's not doing this one. It's Johan Payatilla, maybe. Johan says a nighttime dog barking rule change. It's now specified between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. No dog barking. And then the public forum lady said, this still allows night barking up to 10 minutes before you're allowed to call the cops. And then Johan goes, nope, that's not what it says. It says any bark between 10 and 7, you can call the cops. And that's all approved. And then city manager report. That's city manager Sabrina Cotta says, she says there's no study session on February 16th. And the electric rate resolution is coming to a city council meeting on February 17th. That's next meeting. That's going to be fun. And then there will also be an aura presentation then. And then the town hall went well. And there are openings on committees. And Mercy Flight memberships have changed, so check with the fire department on that. And Pioneer Hall is open for reservations. It's only been 7 years. Good job, guys. You nailed it. And then this guy goes, hey. He goes, hey, FYI, you forgot this. Joint APRC and City Council meeting is Wednesday here in the council chambers. And that's February 11th. And this guy goes, hey, is there a public forum at that meeting? And city manager goes, well, if it's a business meeting, yes. And if it's a study session, no. And he goes, yeah, so what is it? And she goes, it looks like it's a study session. And he goes, yeah, so it's no? I said study session means no, so no. Beat. Wait. Oh, it looks like right after the study session, Parks will have a business meeting with a public forum. So I guess yes. And then this one goes. He goes. Also, FYI, SOU is going to run out of money at the end of April. Yeah, and so council should write a letter to the state so they don't shut down. If the university closes, the city will follow. That was a big. Everyone's like, "Oh, that's a good point. We got to do something." So the letter writing is happening. That should solve it. That's the end of the meeting. You're welcome. Blah.